Hello everybody, this is Shadows of Vanguard here, talk about the new Eradicator deck. This is a deck that I've been hyping up a lot with my friends and everyone. Just, yeah, you see this guy. You're gonna need this guy for this build. But yeah, this deck is pretty good. I like it. It's max. From the new set, I would probably say the best deck from the new set. Even though I wish it would be this one. If you play it right, Gold Paladins, they would be, yeah, so pretty good. Alright, so first, we're going to start off obviously with the grade 3s. We got 4 of Eradicator Dragonic Descendant. So you want 4 of him because when you ride into this guy, which you would have 4 of the Gauntlet Buster Dragon, you get to copy his ability and attack again. So I'll explain this right now. So when you ride over him, you're going to want to ride this guy first. If you have these both in your hand, ride him first, then you go into him, because what you would do is copy his ability. So he would get the 5,000 plus the extra crit for every missing front row. So this would be, you know, let's say if they're just playing Force, sure, that's just 10k plus, but it's an extra 2 damage from him, so that's pretty good. And then you can attack twice, so this would be a 22-3 crit, 22-3 crit. So pretty aggressive on that attack, and it will copy that too. It copies everything, so you're gonna discard, bind their whole front row, move the back row to the front, and then bind that with that. So pretty crazy. So this would be the combo that you would want. You can run the other one if you want to go to the cheaper build, like from the set. It's not as powerful, but I understand these guys are like, I think like $25 each, these guys. But like I said, if you want to go with the cheaper option, it could work, but I'd rather stick with this if you want to go full competitive. But yeah, it's fine. It's up to you. Alright, on to the grade 2s. We got 4 of the new guy, Lightning Whip Eradicator. Alright. So his ability, when it's on an additional rearguard circle, it gets plus 5,000. In one place, discard a card from your hand. So your whole deck's going to be Eradicator, so I just ignored the Vanguard with Eradicator. This whole deck I have right here is all Eradicator besides the triggers. So basically, discard a card from your hand, bind one of your opponent's front row, and then you draw a card. So basically, recycle your hand while getting a free bind. Then we got 4 of this guy. He's a Counterblast, Soul Blast 1, and you get to bind a rearguard in your opponent's front row. And then it says your opponent chooses one of his or her back row rearguards and moves it to an open front row. So basically, you bind, move to the front, and then this one, if it's on Vanguard, you get to draw a card when you use this ability. So pretty good. You know, this deck pluses, and I'll show you one card. I would run 4, but you know, I like to play more aggressive, and I'll just tell you why. This, he's only limited to 2, I was told. And my friend looked it up for me. He said he can only have 2 because I have a play set, but oh well. One place, choose a column, bind one of your opponent's front row rearguards in that column, and then choose one of the back row and move it to the front. This one, at the end of the battle, your Vanguard attack, if your opponent's front row has no rearguards, you counterblast 1 and restand it. So you would usually want this on the Excel circle, and then it's a 14 automatically, and then you do run front triggers in this deck, so it's like 14 attack, this one attack with this first, and then they're like, okay, you basically, okay, they got rid of a card in their hand, alright, but then you got your Vanguard pressure, restand this, you got a front trigger, 24, swing again. It's just multiple attack along with Excel. It's crazy. So this is the card I'm talking about. I only run 2 just because I have so many mechanics in this deck that will let me look for any Eradicator card I want. I can draw whatever I want in my deck. I can get whatever grade 3 I want. This deck, you basically just get whatever you want whenever you want. That's the crazy thing. So I only run 2 of him because I use his ability. If I have the grade 1 and him, I use his ability, bind all of the rear guards in the same column as this. So you can bind 2, and then you draw 2 cards. So you plus 2 cards with his ability. So it's, oof, and you don't even have to discard for it. So it's a plus 2 for free. Along with, you know, if you're grade 3, get 4 cards, and if you get a draw trigger, 5 cards. It's plus 5 in 1 turn. That's, you know, pretty crazy. Alright, we're going to go on to the grade 1s. So, we're going to go with... I only have 1 of him, so... because I need more space for other cards, but... he is the one when a player's card is bound, choose one of your opponent's back row rear guards, and move it to an open front row. All my cards do that, so I only put 1 of him. So, you know, it's, you're just taking up space, in all honesty. You're just there for space, to me. So, I run for this guy. So he works that grade 2. If I place this with that grade 2 out in front, counter charge. Plus, you know, the 3,000 boost and things like that with that guy, and he gets like a 21. So, let's see, like 9, that's 17, that's 20. So, it's a 23k attacker. No, 2,000, yeah, 2,300 attacker with those 2. So it's basically, you know, if you're facing against a force and they got a trigger, that will still hit. So it applies pressure along with, you know, the massive draw with the grade 2. So, alright, 4, this is an older card. It's cheap, I'm telling you right now. I bought all 4 for 14 cents. So they're that cheap. So his ability is this. When placed, discard a card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards, bind it, and then this gets plus 5,000. So it gets a plus 5,000, you know, extra, you know, power to pressure your opponent. So this is the card I'm talking about. Like, it literally lets me look for whatever card I want in my deck, which is kind of crazy. So it says 5, but in all honesty, the way you hit with this card and everything else, and then the massive draws, you get everything you want. So his ability is this. When placed, look at the top 5 for any Eradicator. It doesn't say, it just says Eradicator itself, anything with Eradicator in its name, and then put 1 into your hand, and then discard a card from your hand. So I can get that grade 2, a grade 3, a grade 1, whatever. So that's the pretty good thing. So with this deck, it's consistent. That's, you know, some people hate how their deck's inconsistent. This deck is super consistent, just so consistent. Alright, we're gonna be going on the grade 0s. Alright, so this would be the starter. You know, it's an Eradicator starter. You don't really have to have an Eradicator starter. Nothing says in the deck you have to have an Eradicator starter, or if it, nothing, you know, it doesn't really work off of him, but, you know, just for fun, you know, just have an Eradicator. Like, I do have this card right here, but the SP, you know, this, I could use this and it wouldn't really matter, but I don't. You know, I just don't really like using super high rarity cards. I usually just hard sleeve them and collect them. But yeah, that's the starter. And then what I run is Rainbow. So front triggers, 4 crits, 4 heals, and 4 draws. And in all honesty, I would say that you really don't, I guess you really don't even need the crits. You can just run all fronts if you want to be, you know, super pressure. But in some situations, if you're facing against another retire clan or a clan that works on messing with your rear guards, or you can't use your rear guards, extra crits will help. Because sometimes, hey, it could happen, and that's why I put crits in there, because anything could happen. I could just, you know, ride him all turn and not get this. Never happened to me yet, but, you know, it might happen. So if, you know, I can't get that extra crit, I still got crits in there. But it, like I said, anything's possible. Something can happen. So there's always good to have a contingency plan. So I have that there. But yeah, so that's basically the deck. I really wanted this deck because, you know, I remember when Eradicators came out, I just, you know, I wrecked with it. You know, honestly, people, that's why they kind of banned some cards from Eradicator, and they kind of said it was broken and it was top tier. But yeah, it's back, but not as back as, you know, you would want it to be. But I would say it is pretty overpowered though. If you pull off the combo right, it's pretty unstoppable. But yeah, I would like to see which one's better. Like, I need to get the Vanquisher deck. I'm gonna see if I can get that in the mail soon. I found a guy and I'm probably gonna get it off of him, but yeah, we'll see. But so far I think these guys, you know, the Eradicators are way better than Vanquishers any day. So yeah, I do have extras of these like common copies and stuff like this on me. So if you guys just want to message me, I can give you like a playset like every common and rare if you want. So yeah, just give me a message. You know, all I would ask you if you just pay for the shipping for me to ship it out to you, and that's fine. You know, I got too many of the cards I need to probably get rid of because I'm gonna be buying cases and cases and cases. So yeah, so yeah, that's the deck profile, and then hopefully later, because today is Christmas Day, and Merry Christmas, guys, I will try to post maybe my Gold Paladins, or I can post what is that deck? Ooh, I'm tired. The Genesis Fenrir. My Angel deck is missing 2 of the PGs, but I can still do it. But yeah, I'm gonna have you guys have a great rest of your Christmas, and thanks for watching.